You can see I actually got some sunburn today, and it's October. Working on the water, some days it's interesting. On Monday it was below freezing, and today it was like 70 degrees on the water. So anyway, today what I want to talk about is a topic that was brought up to me by someone that wanted a video that they could show their family. And his family does not understand why he can't just stop abusing pills. And a lot of people that don't understand addiction do not understand why someone just can't stop. And to put it in a way that people might be able to understand and not getting too scientific on the topic, is that when you take this stuff for a period of time, your body needs it, all right, to function normally. And a lot of people that take this stuff and abuse it for a long period of time, they do not get high anymore. One, because sometimes the body is just so used to this stuff that it's very hard to achieve a high, and if you do, it's a very short amount of time. And two, your tolerance grows so much that it is extremely expensive to go above your tolerance. All right, so a lot of people just use just to feel somewhat normal, to not get sick, to be able to function, go to work, go to school, take care of kids, whatever. So when people say, why can't you just stop, is because your body will go into pretty much a state of shock. Not literally shock, but your body has no idea what's going on. So you'll have extreme flu-like symptoms. All right? So yes, theoretically, you could just stop taking pills, but it's not that simple, because your body will start to shut down. You can't die from opiate withdrawal. You can die from things that happen because of opiate withdrawal, like I said yesterday's video, dehydration. But actual opiate withdrawal will not kill you. But it'll make you extremely uncomfortable. You will be unable to perform regular tasks. Now, obviously, the physical part of this whole scenario is the easy part. It's the mental part that people do not understand. If you do not have a strong foundation for recovery, if you do not work on the mental aspect of everything, then relapse is going to happen. And what happens is your body's so used to this stuff, so your brain chemicals are relying on this outside form of pretty much dopamine, serotonin, everything relies on these pills. So when you stop taking it, you have extreme depression, anxiety, irritability, and just an overall pretty much up and down mood swing, out of control roller coaster of emotions. All right, so pretty much your body in all aspects, physical, emotionally, just shuts down. You become pretty much useless for a few days because your body is not letting you do normal things, if that makes sense. So to simply say, why don't you just stop, it's not that simple, because everything, like I said, goes into shock. Your body completely shuts down. If you were to just stop, you need to have things ready for you to successfully go through a cold turkey withdrawal. You need to have everything you need right where you are. All right, you need to have clean sheets, clean clothes, comfortable clothes, water, tons of water. Just pretty much everything that you're going to need needs to be in your general vicinity. I can't even talk today. While you're going to go through withdrawal, because you're not going to be able to leave. You're not going to be able to get in a car and drive for the first couple of days because you're out of it. All right. I do not recommend anybody getting in a car and start driving when they start withdrawing, because you might fall asleep. You might, when you start almost like nodding out in your first couple hours of withdrawal, is because you're so out of it. All right, if that makes sense. All right. Now today's email is coming from. He wants to be anonymous, but it's coming from Turkey. All right. So we're reaching all the way on the other side of the world. He says, I live in Turkey, Ankara. It's Ankara. I'm 19 now. I started taking heroin when I was 16, when I had my first dose. It was the best high I can get. I was doing this with my friend, and he started doing it 1 month earlier than me. When I did the second dose of heroin, I promised myself 3 things. I will never steal from my parents. I will wait 3 days after a dose, and I will not do this at school or work. These promises worked out for like a year, year and a half. Now understand that some of this, I mean, there's a language barrier here, so I'm trying to read it, and he's trying to write in English the best he can, so just bear with me when I read it. So he said, these promises worked out for like a year and a half. I was happy and I was feeling like a professional. In Turkey we have mosques, and mosques are religious places. We didn't care about that, and I saw the first death in my life. I saw the first death in my life. It was not my friend. It was just a guy who uses heroin. We didn't see him before, but he said, this is my last shot and then I'll quit. And he went straight to his pelvis because there was no vein left in his arms. We found the guy dead on the toilet. It didn't even hurt that time because all I cared was heroin at that time. Time passed by and I finally found the place where I can buy dope. I was worried every time I go there. A guy pointed a gun on my face once for not showing my ID. Okay, my friend and I were not seeing each other because I didn't need him anymore. Then I realized that I am an addict. Last year I intended to quit dope for the first time. I quit it for like 7 days. I met people I never knew before and used heroin with them. It was dangerous. Then I read something on the internet that says it takes 20 days to get heroin out of your system. It's not true. After hearing this, I stopped using it 25 days and I was feeling good, but not good as I imagined, and I relapsed. Then I stood back up and did my first high score 45 days. Then my old friend somehow reached me and I didn't say no to him. We started using it again, but I was only doing it once a week. I couldn't resist at the beginning, but I managed to resist the cravings. I only had a runny nose and a little back pain just for 2 days after using it. I did this till this summer came up. I changed my phone number and changed my phone number. I was watching this channel's videos when I was craving for heroin, by the way. It really worked. I did the last heroin dose the 1st of July 2015 with great junkies who supported my recovery. Since then, I didn't use heroin or any other opiate, and I'm not switching to alcohol or anything, not because I have to, it's because I want to. My recovery timeline is at the first 20 days time was slow. I was depressed. I didn't have money. I was at home every day. Then I was feeling progress. Time got faster and faster every day. I was still not enjoying at that time. In the 46th day, I felt some joy. This was happening 2 to 3 times a day. Then it grew bigger like a snowball. When 60 days passed, I was feeling the passion of life. I started going to university and met people. And now I am not feeling any disease. The best thing is you can resist the people using heroin around you, and you can stay off really easily. And Ryan was right. I became stronger and nobody can stop me. This life is worth living. Thank you so much, Ryan. You are my superhero, making videos every day and saving people's lives. All right, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Now, obviously, there was he did his best to write in English, and he mentioned in here that he wanted to show his friends that he could put his story on the YouTube channel. So, thank you for writing all the way from Turkey. I think that's pretty cool that we have somebody from Turkey that shared their story. And it also shows that it doesn't matter where you live. I mean, this problem is everywhere. It's all around the world. If you'd like to share your story, please email ryan@compsupport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know in the email if you want to use your name, first, last name. If you want to stay anonymous, it's up to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video, and keep watching. Thanks.